Hello, beautiful people. My throat just made a crazy sound. I don't know if I was broadcasting when my throat made that crazy sound, but I realized that's the first time I've talked today. And it's noon Pacific. I love that. I got to sleep in today, which I needed because, oh my God, yesterday was all the things. Yesterday was all the things. Like, it was crazy. Mondays are my day off. So, of course, that's the day that I schedule all the things that are like doctor's appointments, and we go to couples counseling, and of course Pilates, because I go to my personal trainer 3 times a week. And so it's like all the stuff that is just life stuff. But the day got really super packed and was very intense. And so by the end of the day, I was like, I'm exhausted. I am going to now be sleeping. And so I went to bed very early. Well, very early. I went to bed at like 11:30. Hi, Carlos. Good to see you. And I stayed like quiet until I think I talked to Keith around 9 for the first time. But then he had a meeting. So it was like just a quick little hello, I love you. And then otherwise, I've just been slowly starting my day, which is great. So anyway, good morning. It's not the morning. It's 12:01 p.m. Pacific on Tuesday, the 19th of November. We are almost finished with Mercury retrograde. And in fact, I meant to wear my awesome t-shirt that my cousin Joni sent me that is so cool. And then I completely forgot to get it out for today. It's still in the packaging. Hi, Aaron. Hi, Aaron. Hi, Laura. Hi, Carry On. Good to see you. Hi, Steve. Hi, Lelia. Hello. My gosh, everybody checking in. So good to see you. Wonderful. My cousin Joni sent me this amazing shirt, a t-shirt that says, I blame Mercury retrograde. And of course, it's still in the packaging. And I had put it aside specifically to wear today because I knew we were going to be talking about the woo-woo calendar. Ta-da! This is November. This is December. If you want ones like this, you can get them on my website. I believe my team will pop in a link for you on Facebook. We're broadcasting to YouTube, where you can chat live with us there, as well as Periscope through Twitter. But comments will remain open at the Facebook version of this replay. And if you're watching in replay, please give me #replay so I can come back around and look at your comments after the broadcast in case you have a question that I didn't catch during the live or that you're watching in replay. And therefore, of course, I couldn't catch it during the live because you're watching in replay. See how that works? It's magic. Hi, David. Glad you are here. Hi, Jerry. Yes. Laura, Mercury is in retrograde. One more day. It goes direct tomorrow, but as everyone will tell you, the first day that we go from the appearance of retrograde motion to back to direct motion, things can still be pretty janky. So I say if you can wait till the end of the week to do anything that requires contracts or details or travel or technology, all the better. They rolled out another iPhone update yesterday, and I was like, when Steve Jobs was alive, this would have never happened. And they did 2 massive iPhone updates during Mercury retrograde this time. And it's just like, if you can wait until Mercury goes direct, the circuits are going to be firing a little bit better. The communication is going to be smoother. We're going to be clearer that we are on the same page. And that's really the thing about Mercury, because Mercury rules communication. And with Mercury ruling communication and travel and technology and all the things that communication involves, it means that we could miss things. We're sure we're being clear. They're sure they are being clear. And they're not so clear. If someone from my team could drop in the Facebook link, the Facebook comments, please, a link to the calendars. It just came up. Great. There may be a lag in the comments. So thank you very much for doing that. If you want to grab your own November you can also grab the November, but the December calendar is up. If you like one done for you by us, if you want to do your own, grab out your calendar now, grab your calendar now, get out a pen. We are going to go through the rest of the year for some of the trends and things that you need to be focused on. To allow you to make a superpower out of all the cool things that are happening in the cosmos. It's one of my favorite things about being down with the woo. I grew up in a New Age household. My mom started an astrology business when I was very young, and that was a very big, scary thing for her to do as a single mom, not ever having been responsible for household income before. And suddenly here she is with a high school diploma and a couple of community college classes. And she goes out and starts an astrology business and becomes world famous for her work. It's pretty awesome what she was able to do in just a couple decades. It's kind of cool. But I'm impressed the more, especially now I'm 49 now. I think about how when she was 49, what she was doing, how young her business was at the age of 49. I'm 49 and I have a 20-year-old plus business. By the time, but I knew the entrepreneurial spirit was a part of my life from very young. I started my first job when I was like 6. And I would, how you always do like neighborhood plays and you bring over the neighbor kids and everybody plays dress up and then you put on a show for your family. We did all that, except I made programs and printed them up and then did, sold tickets at the door. So everybody and their families could come watch them in the show that I created, but they had to buy tickets to see them. So I was a producer for like the age of 6. So big surprise that I would make all of this stuff work. Good. Denise, I'm glad you're able to watch through YouTube. Yeah, Lelia, the Aligned Hustle calendar is available either month to month for $5. If you just every month want to go and pick up a calendar and find out what's going on in the month ahead, we have one for you. It's got ninja events, yes, but it also has the moon phases. It has the void moons when they're of a length of time that should matter, which I'll explain in a moment. And also some of the bigger planetary aspects. You could also buy a year subscription and then we just send you the calendar every month and you save like 2 months free, I think, if you do it that way. We also have an Aligned Advantage membership where, in fact, we had a couple people join just last night off the Bond Blast. So thank you for that. Oh, thanks, Jerry. Very sweet. And we will be having our meeting tomorrow where we do a deep dive on the December calendar. So this is like a little bit of a preview for that kind of thing. Hi, Natalie. I'm so glad you could join in for the live stream. I always enjoy yours. Thank you for showing up for mine. I really appreciate that. So let's dig in on this, talking about some of those things that are most on the radar. There are lots, like seriously. My mom taught me when she was doing her whole astrology journey, she taught me that the reason horoscopes are incredibly general is because we have to lump everybody who has a sun sign the same with what that day is going to be like, or what that week is going to be like, or what that month is going to look like, depending on what kind of horoscope you go to, or what the year is going to look like. And we're lumping together people based on one common trait, and that's their sun sign. And identical twins can be completely different. And of course, they have the same sun sign. And oftentimes they have the same rising sign, but sometimes they don't. And this is where things got really cool for me, was that Mom explained that every 4 minutes in someone's chart, 1,400 different aspects adjust. Holy crap, right? So there's way too much that we would have to try and calculate in order to be able to do somebody's chart for a horoscope. It's why getting your chart done is way deeper than just reading a horoscope. But the horoscope is the catch-all. Here's how we can all kind of agree on a commonality most of the time. But it's only most of the time, because there are some times where you're like, that horoscope was not me at all. That absolutely did not match up with what's going on in my life. And it's right, because maybe you're more in tune with your rising sign or your moon, or maybe there are factors like where your Mercury and your Venus and your Mars are that really talk about your personality. And those closer in planets do have a lot more to do with our personality than some of the outer planets, but those outer planets rule us generationally. It's why millennials have a lot more in common, not just because they were all born during the same time, but because they were born with the same situation in Pluto. And it's why you can see generation shifts based on where Pluto was during our lifetime. And so you can see which generations are more nurturing and which generations are more all about me. And everything has to do with where Pluto was when they were born. And they have that in common as a mission of their generation. And when you look at things like that, it just gets like, oh, this is so much deeper than just like, what is my sign? So what we do with the Aligned Hustle calendar is I take a look at things that everybody understands. Where's the moon? Because the moon is the moon is the moon. And y'all, you cannot, you can even be completely not down with the woo and like totally poo-poo the woo-woo. And you still know the moon has a big impact on how we live our lives here on Earth. It just does. Look at the tides. Look at female cycles. Look at male cycles. Look at non-binary cycles. Look at the ways that things are crazier in emergency rooms and at police stations and in schools when there's a full moon. There is a reason for that. The moon is an incredibly powerful influence on how we are emotionally. And so what I love to do is on the Aligned Hustle calendar, map out the moon phases and then give you a little bit of guidance on what types of activities you may want to try and do during that moon cycle. So the moon moves every 2-3 days and goes into a new sign. So you have a couple of days, maybe 3, where you are really good at certain things. And then the energy shifts and you start going, where'd my mojo go? And here's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not you, it's the moon. So if you feel like, oh my God, I'm so excited. That sounds great. I love that party that you're inviting me to. I cannot wait. I'm going to dress up. I'm going to bring my favorite thing to bake. Oh, we're going to have so much fun at your party. Can I even come over and help decorate? And then a week, 2 weeks later, the party rolls around and you're like, I don't want to go. Not only do I not want to go, I would do anything other than go. Please don't make me go to that party. That's not you. You said yes under an Aries moon to a party taking place under Cancer moon. I could have helped you with that. All you got to do is go, hang on, you're inviting me to your party. Aries moon is saying I want to go. Let me check my calendar. And then you go check your calendar and go, oh, your party's under Cancer moon. How many people are going to be there? And if they're like, oh, 120, you go, oh no, I'll watch on Instagram. I'm good. Nope. Right? Okay, so Victoria, yes, no poo-poo the woo-woo. I'm so glad you're here, Vicky Sue, because Victoria says yesterday was risk-taking. She does. Vicky Sue gets these calendars. She's got the subscription. And so yesterday was all about taking risks because we entered the Leo moon. Leo moon is still in effect today. Mars also went into Scorpio. We're not going to talk about those planetary shifts too much on this broadcast, but if you're interested in that, you can join me with Aligned Advantage membership. We'll be talking about that a lot tomorrow. My Aligned Advantage meeting for tomorrow is at 1 o'clock Pacific. So if you're like, ooh, I don't know, I'd like to get in, great, come on in. If not, you would be getting tomorrow's broadcast or meeting as an extra because you would actually be subscribing now for December, but we can talk about that later. Let's talk about these moons. Because we're in a Leo moon, it is a great time to promote. Leo moon can be showy. Leo moon can be out in front of people and braggy, and it doesn't come across as braggadocious. It does not come across as cocky. It does not come across as you're so full of yourself. It just comes across as facts. Because the Leo moon affects everybody and everyone's feeling more stroking the ego, telling the story of how great I am. So taking those risks, especially with regard to promoting yourself, always works well under a Leo moon because you're not going to be taken too seriously of like, oh my goodness, why are you selling at me? So it's a great time to do a launch. It's a great time to send a sales email. It's a great time to do a broadcast, right? Okay. So Aaron's saying I stay inside during a Cancer moon. I know. I just know now. I'm like, oh, grandma season. Let me knit something. I don't knit, but I'm like, if I had a cat, I would have a cat sitting on my lap, purring, and I would be like sipping my tea and watching television. Hello, Cancer moon. Like, it's just, it is what it is. All right. But let's get into what comes next. On the 20th, Mercury goes direct. Remember, though, after Mercury grade, we have Mercury retro shade. That is the shadow of Mercury retrograde. And that means that there are a few days where we can still feel a little stop and start when it comes to communication and travel and technology. So just give everything a little bit of extra time. Be really patient with everybody. Take a journal with you because you're going to be early and then you're going to have to wait because they're going to be late. So you can just take that time to write about how it feels to be so smart that you pay attention to the woo-woo calendar. All right. So as Mercury goes direct on Wednesday, the 20th of November, I'm going to put this here so I can actually not see me, but I could see the calendar. I don't know. What I need is like a board where this like hangs. Oh, that would be great. Okay. Now I have a new project for my team. We're going to have to like rig a thing over here that doesn't block my sun, but gives me a way to look at things, easier than like looking down all the time. But anyway, all right, we'll see. We're going to try this out. As we go into Mercury retro shade, leaving Mercury retrograde on the 20th, yes, communication will start to get a little better. It's safer to sign contracts because we're going to be clear on what we're seeing in the details. Yes, we can travel with fewer snags, not no snags, because travel's travel, but fewer snags. And technology's technology, fewer snags, starting on the 20th and especially by the end of the week. But on the 20th, the moon shifts from Leo to Virgo. When the moon is in Virgo, everything looks doable. Oh my God, I love a Virgo moon because Virgo moon is when we can get shit done. In our membership for expansive capacity, I label these GSD days. That's get shit done. It's like, what are the GSD days? The GSD days are for sure whenever there's a Virgo moon because you are just going to want to get shit done. You are going to be beast mode with your list. You are going to be very practical about what is doable and you're going to roll up your sleeves and put in the work because that's a very Virgo thing to do. So Virgo moon, all about the details, all about getting shit done. 20th, 21st. And we leave Scorpio sun on the 21st to go on the 22nd into Sagittarius season. So let's talk about the sun signs for a second. We've been in Scorpio season, very intense, especially with Mercury retrograde almost the entire month. So Scorpio season, intense, looking at the deep, dark underbelly of things, getting to the bottom of things, really unearthing the truth about the matter, revealing secrets that people don't want revealed. Like that's all Scorpio energy. So we are leaving the intensity and the intimacy of feeling so very seen and going on Friday into Sagittarius season. Sagittarius is a party. Sagittarius is flow. Sagittarius is let's have fun. Sagittarius is a blast. So it is great for the holidays. Sagittarius is fantastic for travel. Sagittarius has a lot looser energy, a lot freer energy, as opposed to that Scorpio intensity that feels like it's under a microscope. So on Friday, in addition to Mercury having gone direct earlier in the week, and going into Sagittarius season, which is way more flowy, we are also on Friday going into Libra moon. Libra moon is all about teamwork. Libras love conversations. Libras love to chat it up. Libras love to make a plan. Libras love to partner. So this is a great time to see things start to come together that feel really aligned and really good. So really expect by the end of this weekend to have connected in some really pretty ways. Okay, cool. Yeah, Aaron's like, I love this energy for my Vegas trip. Yes. And Carrie says, thank God. And Vicky Sue says, Sag season. Yes. Oh my God. Yes, exactly. Y'all get it. All right. So on Sunday, we go back into Scorpio through the moon. So it's not going to be as intense as this whole, especially this week, but this whole month has been because it's just the moon going into Scorpio. So it's going to feel a little bit like we're revisiting some of the shit again. And we're like, no, I already did that for a month. Don't worry. It's just a few days of intensity and intimacy. And also Venus conjunct Jupiter on the 24th. That Venus conjunct Jupiter, and I don't want to go too much into this kind of stuff for this kind of broadcast, but we'll be talking about this a lot tomorrow on my Aligned Advantage membership call, Zoom rather. This just means your fortune is going to be greatly increased. 24th, 25th. 25th is a little more realistic and pragmatic, but the 24th is like bang, because Jupiter is the planet of how we get lucky. So I always say if the planets go to Vegas, it's Jupiter's driving. Like Jupiter is all about how we go to Vegas. How do we win? How are we lucky? How do we get into money? How do we get into fame? Like that's all Jupiter action. And so with Venus conjuncting Jupiter, it's going to be gorgeous. It's going to be lovely. It's going to be fortune increased. So enjoy that for Sunday and Monday, 24th, 25th of November. But Venus goes into Capricorn on Monday, which is way more pragmatic, way more practical, way more grounded. So you'll see things just get a little more realistic, but it's also a really great time for our heart and our mind to align. So starting on Monday, the 25th, really look for places where your business and your heart can get super lined up. It's great. If you already love what you do for a career, it's going to be a fantastic season for you. Now, we're still under Scorpio moon until we get to the new moon in Sagittarius on the 26th. November 26th, new moon. I will do one more live stream on that day. So join me for this. I will be, what is my topic? Oh, we're going to do some goal setting. We're going to do some goal setting a little early for the 2020 start, but that's because my December is packed with so much else that I want to make sure that we get some time to really think ahead for some goals. So we're going to do that also under the new moon. Fantastic time for goal setting. So you think that's an accident? You think I just lucked into that? No! I use my calendar. I go, oh my God, what topic do we want to do on the 26th, new moon in Sagittarius? I know. We're going to do some goal setting. We're going to make some plans. We're going to plant some seeds because that's what a new moon loves to do. do. With Sagittarius, though, remember, super fun, lots of travel, lots of lightheartedness, lots of exploration. So set some goals on the 26th. If you do a new moon ritual, write things down, light a candle, whatever your thing is, specifically toward where you'd like to travel and what kind of adventures you'd like to have for the next 6 months, because those will be energized in really meaningful ways. You're playing New Moon on Monday in your head. Oh, thanks, Hal. I appreciate that. On the 27th, we are still under the Sagittarius moon. Neptune goes direct, which just means our dreams are going to get way clearer because they've been a little fuzzy while Neptune has been in retrograde. But again, I'll talk about the bigger planetary things in my membership space. Right here, I got to remember, we're doing the basics. Capricorn moon on the 28th. This is good get shit done energy. Capricorn loves to work. Capricorn loves to lead. Capricorn loves to roll up the sleeves and get shit done. So get shit done days, 28th, 29th. And you're like, but the 28th is Thanksgiving here in the States. I'm like, yeah, watch you. You're going to want to get shit done. And if all you can do is clean the dishes after that big Thanksgiving dinner, that's what you're going to make happen. But I'm willing to bet you're going to push away from the table and be like, I got to work on my business. I got to do career shit. Like, I got to make a list. I'm feeling super organized. I want to like actually work on some things. I want to make some plans. That would not surprise me at all for both the 28th and the 29th. And even the 30th, we end the month actually still on Capricorn moon, but it's a void moon on the 30th. So even though the day is an 8 numerologically, which should usually mean Capricorn moon on an 8 numerologically should be like unstoppable energy, it's a void moon. So it kind of just means that it's a day that people are not really going to connect with getting things done. So enjoy that because it's the Saturday after Thanksgiving. So if you're like most people here in the States, you're going to go shopping, you're going to, I'll have something that you can buy if you want, knock yourself out. But the reality of it is it's good get shit done energy if you can power through that void moon. So void moon is just anywhere from a few minutes to like a day when the moon has finished all its business in one sign and is waiting to shift over into the next sign. And it doesn't have any sort of connections or transits or any sort of intersections that it has between this point and this point. So it's just kind of dark. It's just in holding. And during a void moon, you want to avoid doing things that are typical of the place the moon is going into. And so you just start thinking toward like, how can I best use this energy with planning, but not so much executing? Because void moon is when people like completely space on having made plans. It's when a reservation is lost. It's like a mini Mercury retrograde. It's like it's great news, by the way, void moon, for sharing hard to deliver news with people, because you can share that hard to deliver news and it's not going to land so bad. The void moons actually became really popular when Ronald Reagan was president. And I don't know if y'all recall that he was called the Teflon president. And that was because he could say anything, he could do anything, anybody could say anything, anybody could do anything, and it just fell off. Like nothing would stick. And it was specifically because Nancy's astrologer would guide them through, don't say this on this day, say this on this day. So he would always drop a bomb, sometimes quite literally, on days that it's a void moon, so no one's going to be really upset about it. And he would always make sure to share things that people were going to be very excited about and remember him very fondly for when there was no void moon action. Very intriguing information there, right? Let's go into December. Are y'all good? Put questions in the comments if you have them. I will make sure I scroll through and see them. Remember, if you're watching in replay, to give me a hashtag replay so that I can get any questions that you toss in here answered. Yeah, Jay, good call not to take your penny to get her nails trimmed until next week. Yeah, save it for next week for sure. We enter December. So again, I've got the Aligned Hustle calendar, which you can get for $5. At the link that's over in the Facebook comments. Good. Annabelle, I'm so glad. I'm glad you're enjoying this. I love it too. We start the month of December. Again, we're in Sagittarius season. There is a motorcycle. We're on Sagittarius season for most of the month of December, which is very festive and very fluid and very active and into exploration and travel. The moon that we start our month with is an Aquarius moon. So Aquarius moon is super fun for me because Aquarius does not give a shit. Aquarius cannot be bothered. Aquarius is an air sign, so loves to talk and chat and work things out. Loves to do group activities. Aquarius is fantastic for like masterminding and doing group think work and like writer's room type activities. But Aquarius doesn't take a lot personally, and Aquarius doesn't attach a lot of sentimentality to things. And so when the Aquarius moon is in place, we can get a lot of good things done and not get snagged by things feeling too personal. So for someone like me who is a Cancer and takes everything personally always, like ever, it's fantastic to feel an Aquarius moon come in and give me a shift of, oh, whew, okay, it's not about me. I can actually feel some relief from that intensity. All right, so let's look to, then we go into a Pisces moon on the 3rd of December. Pisces moon, all about the woo. Pisces, great for dreaming. Pisces, great for setting goals that have to do with feelings, because Pisces lives in another world. No, honey, Aquarius is an air sign. Vicky Sue, Aquarius is an air sign. So the Pisces is the water sign. Pisces being a water sign, very sensitive. Pisces also really wants to dream, wants to fantasize, wants to be in a completely other world. So a Pisces moon is a great time to study things like this. It's a great time to dream. It's a great time to take baths. It's a great time to journal, have spa day. You're not going to get a lot of shit done under Pisces moon. You can get a lot of dreaming done, but you're not going to get a lot of practical stuff done. And if that energy frustrates you, then take a spa day. Like if I'm going to take days off, I try to do it during a Pisces moon because like it's a great time for dreaming up ideas. It's not a great time for executing those ideas. We go into Aries moon though, good news, on the 5th of December. So when we go into Aries moon, we can take all those dreams that we cooked up under the Pisces moon and start executing them. We get beast mode with our list. We get super excited to write everything down, get things started. Aries is really great start energy. Aries loves to fire up a project. Aries loves to start. Not so good at finishing, but that's okay. Because for the moon, we love an Aries moon because it can get us going. It can kick us in the ass, right? So the whole end of that first week of December, we're in beast mode. We're getting shit done, which is fabulous. It feels really great. When we shift into the Taurus moon on the 8th, which is a Sunday, Taurus is great for planning. Taurus is great for big picture. Taurus is great for money management, financial decisions. So if you need to do anything with your taxes or your year-end money, receipts, whatever, the 8th and the 9th is a fantastic time to do that. If you can do anything with your like money and big picture planning and investments or home related activities, that Taurus energy is fantastic for that. Then on the 10th, we move into a Gemini moon. Gemini, another air sign. What do we know about air signs? Cannot shut them up. Oh my God. Our air signs love to chatter. And so with Gemini, well, if you've got Gemini, you know that you chat with yourself because you got the twins. So you could just chat to yourself. You don't actually even need other people to have all the conversation. But when we're in Gemini moon, it's a fantastic time for multitasking. It's a really good time to use that super active brain energy to get many things done, to visit lots of different things that are on your list, and don't feel like you have to stay committed to any one project during a Gemini moon, because it's going to be a lot easier to hop around and start here, and not necessarily finish all those up. But we're getting there. It's coming. Then as we get into the full moon on the 11th of December, this is a full moon in Gemini. Full moon is fantastic for releasing things that did not come to fruition from the 6 months before when you planted the seeds. So this is a full moon in Gemini. That means if we think back to the new moon in Gemini, which would have been 6 months earlier, you can look at what kinds of seeds you were planting at the time that we had our new moon in Gemini. What sorts of things were you trying to make happen in like the May, June territory? What sort of things 6 months ago were feeling very important to you? And as we are now into the full moon of Gemini, we can release some of those things that maybe didn't get going. And it feels really good to release a lot of that. It's also a really good time to amp up your personal style, to do some like sprucing up of your bio, any kind of communication stuff that needs to get fixed up. It's a really good time to do that because Gemini is so good at communicating. It's also a really good time to up your confidence, up your gratitude. Anytime there's a full moon, it's really great energy for focusing on that sort of thing. Then on the 13th, Friday the 13th, December, we go into a Cancer moon. All right. Cancer moon, What did we learn? We already talked about this from November. Well, we talked about it before I even got into the November calendar when I was saying if you say yes to a party and boy, that looks like a good idea, and then it's time for the party to come around and it's Cancer moon. What do you want to do? Grandma mode. Cancer moon wants to stay inside. Cancer moon if you are throwing a party under Cancer moon, that's fine because you're inviting everybody into your world. And the domesticity of the Cancer does really well. Loves to be a host, loves to have people over, loves to make everybody feel warm and happy and well cared for. Like that, the Cancer is everybody's favorite grandma because Cancer makes everyone feel at home. So if you are hosting a party on the weekend of the 13th, 14th of December, no big deal. But if you've agreed to go to a party, be ready. You're going to feel like overloaded quickly. And so is everybody else. That's the problem with a party under Cancer moon. It's like everybody, unless it's an intimate setting. If it's like a small dinner party or a little like game of cards or something, that's fine. But if it's a big party and with the holidays, who knows, it can just feel all too much. And that Cancer moon feels everything. And so it can be exhausting. So just keep that in mind for the 13th and 14th. As we get to the 15th of December, this is Sunday the 15th, we're back into a Leo moon. Leo moon, where we are right now in November. Now you can think back to what did Bonnie say about the Leo moon for November, because it's the same for the Leo moon for December, except now it is in Sagittarius season rather than Scorpio season. So we have to look at that combination. Leo moon, all about the brag, all about pride, all about happy to share all the wins, happy to promote, and it doesn't feel too braggy. It doesn't feel too cocky. It just feels like facts, right? Fabulous. Everybody looks fantastic under a Leo moon. It's just like, oh, everybody's just feeling themselves. And it feels really good to live in that state of enoughness. So on the 15th and 16th, that's Sunday and Monday, we're in a Leo moon. So take those risks, go for it, send that email, ask that person on that date, really be bold. It's going to work. Go for it. And best news, if it doesn't work, it's not going to hurt your heart because you did it under Leo moon. You were protected. We go into a Virgo moon on the 17th and 18th. Remember the Virgo moon. Roll up the sleeves, get the work done. Virgo loves to get shit done. Virgo loves to be all about the details. Virgo loves to knock through items on a to-do list. So if there's some just fucking do it stuff, JFDI, that you have not gotten around to and it's bugging you that you never get around to it, put it on the calendar for the 17th, 18th of December. Watch yourself make so much work through it. Like you will be amazed at how the miracles come together for you to get all that shit done that you've been avoiding if you wait to try and do it during that Virgo moon. All right. Libra moon on the 19th and 20th of December. Libra moon, great for groups, great for teamwork, great for partnering, great for love, great for feeling balanced, great for, again, Libra, chatty, great for talking things out. We do have Venus going into Aquarius on the 20th. And if you're in my Aligned Advantage membership, we'll talk more about this tomorrow, but also our Aligned Advantage membership meeting for December is on December 20th. So you can go ahead and put that on your calendar. We'll be talking about what Venus does in Aquarius, because that's going to be a very interesting love intersection, a lot of experimentation. A lot of fun. Can be kind of twisted, but super fun stuff going on with that. As we go to the winter solstice, the 21st of December, and we finally hit winter time, we're ending Sagittarius season on a Scorpio moon. So, of course, we know what Scorpio moon feels like. It's intense. It's intimate. It's all about digging to the deep underbelly of things. It can be very, very sexy, so enjoy that. And under the end of Sagittarius season, that is going to be a combination of fire and intensity. So because Sagittarius is a fire sign, and then we've got the intensity of the Scorpio moon. So that weekend's actually going to be pretty sexy. As we go into the Capricorn sun on the 22nd, we're still in Scorpio moon. So Scorpio moon, intensity and intimacy and deep dark secrets and the underbelly of all the things, right? But with the Capricorn sun, it's roll up the sleeves, get shit done, show lots of leadership, like just power through. This is also when Hanukkah begins. So we're going to enter into an 8 days of a very festive season, as well as, of course, Christmas and Kwanzaa, and we've got Boxing Day and Festivus. And I'm like my calendar, of course, has that week is like just covered with all the holidays. So it's a really fun time. We move into a Sagittarius moon on the 23rd. Sagittarius moon loves to travel. What do you bet? Everybody's going to be traveling those days right before Christmas and right after Hanukkah has begun, like I would be willing to bet not many people are going to be at work on Monday the 23rd. Although, we set an appointment with our CPA. We're going to be meeting with our corporate tax guy and our just money management guy on the 23rd. And I'm like gulping as I say that because I know that this year has been a one with lots of changes in a good way. And it's just, I'm ready for that meeting. We're doing it under Sagittarius moon, which is great for travel. And we have to travel to see him because he's not here local. I mean, he's local-ish. It's not nearby, but there's gonna be a lot of travel energy going on. As we get into Christmas Day here, this is the 25th of December. Yes, we are at a new moon in Capricorn. So it's Capricorn season, new moon in Capricorn. What do we do on new moons? We set intentions, we plant seeds, we set goals for the next 6 months. So Christmas Day is a fabulous time to up the self-care, to do some reflecting, to really set intentions involving your creative career in particular, because Capricorn is a very career-focused sign. It is very, very much focused on how your business runs. So this is a fantastic time to set intentions under that solar eclipse on Christmas Day. Take time away from the family for just a minute and do some journaling, do a ritual if you do rituals for new moons, and really set those intentions for the next 6 months for your career. And of course, every time there's a new moon, Victoria Prather sings New Moon on Monday because Duran Duran has a song for you. Vicky Sue. All right, we're still on Capricorn moon until the end of the week. So that's going to be really good for career, even though things are not going to be so much up and working like, people at work. It's still going to be a time for you to get really focused on your career. Victoria, I'm so glad you find this super helpful. I'm doing a super abbreviated version of what we do in Aligned Advantage, but this is exactly my kind of thing I do this already with my calendar. And that's why in today's Bond Blast, I shared that this is something that over time, more and more clients are like, can we, while we're doing this coaching session, can you talk to me about, I want to do an agent mailing. What's the best date? Or I want to launch my Kickstarter campaign. What's the best date? And I keep going to the calendar to do these things. And I'm like, well, I'm going to be doing this on my own anyway. Why don't I just do this with y'all? And so that's why the Aligned Advantage membership is something that we introduced, because we go do this work together. And hopefully it's teaching you what sorts of things to look for when you look at any calendar. But I mean, you could come to me to do it. I'm just letting you know that you can also do it yourself, because this information, once you get a handle on it, which I realize is a lot harder than it sounds, because 1,400 aspects change every 4 minutes, for fuck's sake. There's a lot to this. I'm just doing what keeps it hopefully super basic and super relatable, because everybody experiences the moon. So that makes it super easy. Great. Thank you, Katrina. I'm so glad. All right. So where did we get to? The 26th, 27th, we're still in Capricorn moon, but we have a long void moon on the 27th. So you're not going to get a lot of shit done, but I don't think anybody is, because I don't think people are back to work so much. On the 28th, we shift into, this is again, 28th of December, we shift into an Aquarius moon. Also, Mercury is in Capricorn. So Mercury, again, communication, travel, technology, going into Capricorn direct. Don't worry, no more Mercury retrogrades for this year. We're done. We're done with that tomorrow. It is, however, going to be a very stoic communication style, very practical, very logical, because Capricorn is all about the business. And so with Mercury being in Capricorn for the next month, almost, we're going to feel that communication is all about the business. I mean, which is a great way to go into a new year. It's let's get shit done. Let's get shit done. Aquarius moon on the 28th. So 28th, 29th, Aquarius moon, great for group things. You will be happy going to a party the weekend between Christmas and New Year. Yay! Because Aquarius moon loves group stuff, doesn't take things too seriously, up for an adventure, everything's fine. And again, air sign, loves to chat. So it's a great time to put your head together with other people's heads and get shit done. Then on the 30th of December, we end the year, 30th and 31st, under a Pisces moon. What did we learn about Pisces moon? We talked about this when we started the month, when we started December. We started December quickly going into a Pisces moon. What happens in Pisces moon? Who can tell me? Thanks, Jay. I'm glad you found me too. Pisces moon means, I know there's a lag in the chat. So, this will be a good time. This will be a good time for me to open my coconut flavored water soda. Dream time. Sade. Yes. Dream time, self-care, correct. Annabelle says plan, dream. More than plan, dream. Dream, like dream it up. Cook it up. Erin says woo woo. Amy says dreaming, spa day. I'm glad that's the one that landed for you, Amy. Spa day. Correct. 30th and 31st of December, dream it up. Get into the woo. Take a bath. Have a spa day. Get in the water. Go for walks. Yep, Lelia's got it. Water sign, flowing energy. Yes, Lisa, all water signs have that flowing vibe to them because water, of course, flows. However, you also have to look at the mode of each of the signs. And I don't want to get too deep into this, but those of you who are in expansive capacity know we were already doing this for this month's Woo Woo Wednesday. We were looking at the modes of the signs as well. So like, let's look at the water signs. You've got Cancer. Who's next? Scorpio, Pisces. Who am I missing? Is that it? Is that it? Yes. Okay. So if we've got the water signs of, I feel like I'm leaving somebody out. Am I leaving somebody out? Cancer, and then Scorpio, and then Pisces. I think that's it for water signs. Okay. But then we also have, no, that can't be it. Am I leaving somebody out? I don't have my book in front of me. Oh my God. I've just like completely brain farted on that. Because we have then a cardinal, mutable, and fixed. Oh yeah, no, that's it. Okay, so then we have a cardinal, mutable, and fixed about that. Okay, so that's what was throwing me. All right, so the cardinal water sign is Cancer. Cardinal is leadership. And so it's a water sign. Yes, it flows, but from a very, we are going to lead, we are going to make things happen kind of way. The water sign of Scorpio is a fixed sign. So even though water flows, a fixed sign stays planted. And so that's a little weird for a Scorpio to be a fixed sign, but also a water sign. It means there's a lot of fluidity, but in a very rigid kind of way. Way more rigid than the Cancer or the Pisces. The Pisces with the water sign that is mutable, that is the most flowy. That is the most, right? Because we've got the water of the water sign and we have the mutable of the mutable mode. Okay, so we have the element plus the mode makes the sign its complete picture. Yes, thank you for confirming. All right, great. No, Aquarius is not a water sign. I know that's a misconception. Aquarius is actually an air sign. And so our air signs are, what's the first one? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. All right, so then we'll do the same thing. The cardinal of those three is Libra. So the cardinal is leadership, and so it's got the air sign loves to chat, loves to think, super fast mind, jump into a billion different things, but Libra does it from a space of leadership. The fixed sign of those is Aquarius, which means Aquarius can chat up a bajillion ideas, but only if it feels safe to do so. It has to have the structure of a world that makes sense around them in order to be that free. And then the mutable of the air signs is Gemini, which means it is super chatty and all over the place in unpredictable ways because it is a mutable sign. So you see how we can take each of the element signs through its modes and see how they are very different from one another. I know, right? Crazy. So you want me to do that for the earth and the fire signs also? It's only fair. I should do that. All my Libra says I have to do that because that's only fair. So let's do our earth signs. So for earth, we have Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So Capricorn is our cardinal sign, which means it is an earth sign. Earth sign is all about get the work done. Roll up your sleeves, get shit done. So the Capricorn gets shit done from a place of leadership because it is cardinal. Then we have our fixed sign, that's Taurus, which means Taurus gets shit done from a place of groundedness. It is seriously about practical, pragmatic work. Like seriously get that shit done. And then the Virgo is an earth sign that is mutable, which means, yes, it's about the work, but it's very inconsistent in what that's going to look like because of that mutability. And so there's an awful lot of flow for a Virgo to be an earth sign because it's not actually as big as roll up the sleeves, put in the work as a Taurus. It is do all of that if it feels right. There's a lot more gut instinct about it because of that mutability. And then finally, let's do the fire signs. So for fire, we've got Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And so for Aries, that is our cardinal sign. So that's leadership. That's get shit started, get shit cooking, get it going. And then our fixed fire sign is going to be Leo. And so Leo is a fire sign, but I used this exact description in Expansive Capacity membership in the comments last night, because someone was asking about, well, fire, but a Leo, isn't that like moving around a lot? And I'm like, the fire moves, but because Leo is a fixed sign, think of it as a fire pit. Like there's a hole dug and there is the fire. It is contained. Yes, a fire moves, but it is in a fire pit because it is a fixed sign. It's very contained that way. And then the final one, Sagittarius, is a fire sign that is mutable, which means the fire is moving and hopping all over the place. And so it is not so good at leadership like an Aries, which is a cardinal fire sign, but is instead great about creating change through fire and burning everything down so that we have to start from scratch and not being afraid to do that. Does that help, or are you now more confused than ever? Because I know once we start bringing in modes and elements on top of everything else, it's like, oh, that's a lot. That's a lot. And then we haven't even gotten into the houses. We haven't even gotten into the planets. I mean, my God, y'all, there's so much to this. It's a lot, but I love it. I love it because every time I do this, I feel like I'm hanging out with my mom a little bit. So Katrina says, my Gemini sun sign is right on. Good. And Amelia says, me, Gemini. Yep. So Gemini, great. You can hang out with yourself all day. Geminis love all the conversations that they cook up. And of course, Gemini, air sign, love the chatter, love to talk with people, love getting to know people, but more importantly, love getting known by people, love to talk about themselves. Because you don't, like, especially Gemini, you don't get a lot of airtime for talking about yourself because you're competing even in your own head because of the twins. And so when you're talking with other people, it's like, let me tell you about me, because you're like, finally one person listening to me rather than this competition that's going on in my brain all the time. But Gemini being a mutable sign, it's very inconsistent. And so that's why a lot of people will say, oh, I'm not crazy about air signs because they're all over the place. And it's like, it depends. A Libra air sign, very consistent. It's consistent because what you can predict about Libra is we're always going to be fair. We're always going to be diplomatic, which then could look inconsistent because it means we're weighing everything out all the time to decide who wins and who loses. And that means that it's case by case by case by case. And so I guess, yeah, that could come across as inconsistent. But, that's funny. My mom's a Sag and my dad's Aries. So it's interesting living with those two fire signs. Annabelle, what are you? I know, did you tell me? Let me scroll up here, Annabelle, and see if you told me what you are. Annabelle. Oh, Annabelle wants to know what December 6th looks like. Annabelle, let's tell you what December 6th looks like. December 6th, we are in Sagittarius season on an Aries moon. It is a 3-day numerologically. So December 6th is a fantastic day to get shit done. Under a 3 numerology means particularly creative, particularly group focused. There are things that you may have had some great ideas for that really come to fruition. 3 is a really great manifestation day. So with the 6th being a 3-day numerologically, it's a great day of manifestation, and being an Aries moon, you're going to be able to blow through your to-do list like crazy. Okay, so Annabelle, you're a Scorpio living with a Sag and an Aries. So let's see. That means oh girl. All right, so your job is to keep them calm when they go like into their fire, but also being Scorpio, they have the ability to fire you up even though you are planted in water. Okay, you have an important meeting on the 6th. Good luck. Good luck. It's a good meeting day. We're out of Mercury retrograde. We're out of Mercury retrograde. So the communication should flow pretty well for you. That's good. Good. Use that Aries energy to start new things. Yeah. Okay, cool. Denise says, Sagittarius, Sun and Rising, Gemini, Moon. I am consistently inconsistent. Yeah, girl. Perfect. Oh my God, at all that fluidity. So let's see, because Sagittarius is mutable and Gemini is mutable. Girl, oh my God, what fun. That's an adventure though. That means like hanging out with you is such an adventure. There's always good to every combination. Because I'm Cancer double Libra. So Cancer Sun, Libra Moon, Libra Rising. And so for the most part, I come across more Libra than Cancer. However, I'm soup scans. Okay. But definitely that's a big bunch of Libra influence. And of course, we also take a look at where's my Mercury, where's my Mars, where's my Venus. All those close in planets have a lot to do with the personality as well. But I always take a look at how that Libra plays out in terms of everybody believes they're my favorite. Everybody feels seen. By the way, everybody is my favorite. Every single one of you, you're my favorite. Always. It's totally true. And that's because I invest equal in everybody for every situation all the time. That is a very Libra trait. It's like a lot of diplomacy, a lot of everybody feeling taken care of in that way. And then, of course, because it's Cancer, very nurturing, going to make sure everybody feels comfortable. You feel safe with me because I'm over here like baking cookies and knitting things for you, neither of which are things I can actually do. But my sign tells you that I can do those things. I can make you feel at home. Sade says, Pisces, Sun, Virgo, Moon. The fact that Virgo is mutable makes so much sense, doesn't it? So Sade, what that means is you've got the Pisces Sun mutable, Virgo Moon mutable. All right. So even though Virgo is an earth sign and it's a roll up your sleeves and get shit done, it gets shit done under certain conditions when it feels right. It's way gut driven because of that mutability. So yeah, doesn't it? I know, because at first I was like, Virgo doesn't feel like it should be mutable. And then the more I studied this, I'm like, oh, it makes perfect sense. It's kind of like how so many people think Aquarius is a water sign. It's like, it feels like it should be. And then you go, oh, no, wait, it is totally an air sign. Yes, it's the water bearer, but it's an air sign. Hell says Gemini Sun, Libra Moon, Leo Rising. Good time to pitch a show. Ooh, Hell, Gemini Sun means you're always going to be able to sell it the way you talk. You'll have no problem selling it. Libra Moon means you're going to be able to read the room really well and be in touch with how other people are feeling about it, which means because of that Gemini Sun, the mutability, and the Libra Moon, reading the room and picking up on what other people are feeling, you're going to be able to change up what you say because of that. The Leo Rising makes me a little nervous just in terms of pitching a show because a Leo Rising needs praise. A Leo Rising is going to really want people to love it. And more importantly, a Leo rising is going to make you feel like you are loved if they love the show. And conversely, if they don't love the show, they don't love you. That's not true. So you need to soothe that Leo rising, like have a little talk with your Leo rising before you pitch to say, win or lose, you are safe. And what I would do, Hell, if it's possible, is pitch under a Leo moon, because then that's going to not only be a great time for pitching and a great time for getting the word out and for being a little braggy without it coming across as braggy. It's going to be a great time for people to receive it well and as you intend it. It's also going to make that Leo rising feel a little less insecure if ever it does. And it may not for you, but it has the potential to. So just watch out for that. Laura is Gemini Sun, Gemini Rising, Leo Moon. Girl! Look at all that Gemini. Holy crap. Denise says, one of my friends once described me as, she'll do anything in front of anyone. Is it true? Would you actually do anything? Anything, Denise? I kind of think you might. Or you'd want me to think that you would. I kind of like that. Katrina says, Cancer Moon, Scorpio Rising. Ooh, Katrina, be good to yourself, sweetheart. That Scorpio Rising can be hard on yourself. You are the favorite, Victoria. You know that. You actually have proof that you are the favorite. Like you are. You know that. We get that feeling about everyone feeling taken care of. Good, Katrina. I'm glad. Annabelle says, any advice for Scorpio and Cancer relationships? All right. Scorpio girl, I'm going to tell you, you're critical. You're critical. You're critical. You're critical. You know this because you're critical of yourself. The problem is Cancer feels everything, even if you never say a word. So if you're in a relationship with Cancer, that sweet Cancer soul is going to feel picked apart and critiqued and criticized no matter what you do. And you kind of can't get it right. Like being in a relationship with a Cancer is sometimes a no-win situation because we take everything personally. And it's because we feel everybody else's feelings. We not only feel our own, we feel everybody else's feelings. Cancers just have empathy for everyone and feel all the things. And so if you're in an intimate relationship with a Cancer, your work is to make that Cancer feel safe. Make that person feel safe and loved in a way that makes them know that when you are critical, it's because you want things to be better for the both of you, for the relationship, not that you are picking apart what's wrong with them. That would be my number one takeaway for that. You're welcome, Hal. You're welcome. Steven says, the power of the woo. Stephen Woo and Barbara Woo. Perfect. It's your power. Fabulous. Denise says, my Taurus husband can hardly stay in the room when I'm talking to my Pisces aunt. He says it sounds like we're nuts, and he goes and puts weather stripping on something. That is such a Taurus thing to do. Home improvement is such a Taurus thing to do, Denise. I fucking love that. Oh my God. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. Well, Annabelle, if he does, if your Cancer love feels always picked on, the good news is, there's nothing about what you're doing that makes that true. It just means that because you love him, your work is to make sure he knows, I'm not picking on you. Let him feel the feelings. He's going to feel picked on anyway. Cancers they just feel all the feelings. So don't feel like you have to fix that. But your work as a Scorpio, because you do see all the ways situations could be improved. Scorpio is the detective. Scorpio gets to the bottom of everything. Scorpio sees the deep, dark secrets and underbelly of everything. So the fact that you already see him in ways that probably make him feel super vulnerable means that when y'all are working, it's awesome. It's incredibly loving, because that means that he felt safe enough to let you stay. So just make sure that he feels like anytime y'all are sharing stuff about your emotions, that it's from a place of making the relationship better, making things better for the both of you. Lelia, Cancer Sun, Cancer Rising, Capricorn Moon. Lelia, you need to talk to Aaron Zapsik. Cancer Sun, Cancer Rising, Capricorn Moon. Lots of Cancer, lots of feelings. However, also, Lelia, yes on that, but Capricorn likes to make everybody think that there's no problem. Capricorn wants everything to look fine. Nothing's problematic. Everything is fine. Nothing to see here. Meanwhile, Cancer's going, oh my God, everything's so wrong all the time, always. It's challenging. It's challenging. It's challenging. Yep. Sorry about it. But also with Cancer and Capricorn together, both of those are cardinal. So same as Aaron, same as me with all the cardinal. When you've got a bunch of cardinal signs in those three key positions, your sun, your moon, your rising, you're a leader. The way I described this in our Aligned Advantage membership, or no, maybe I said it in expansive capacity. Oh my God, not the point, Gillespie. I said it in one of our memberships. So those of you who are in my memberships, you heard this very recently. The people who have Capricorn in those placements of rising or moon, and it's like back behind the scenes, but still a big part of your personality. You're the one who, let's say the teacher is late and you're at school with a whole bunch of kids and you're just a kid too, and everybody's like looking around at who is going to take role because the teacher is late. Your head is down. You're not even trying to be seen. You got the job. You got the job, Capricorn Moon. You got the job, Capricorn Rising. That's that kind of leadership right there. Can't avoid it. Cannot avoid it. Marie says, time I found out what sun, rising, and moon I am. Marie, it's fun. Go to, we recommend astro.com. Team, if you could put the link in the Facebook comments, that would be helpful. And I'll take just a couple more questions. I know there's a lag, so we'll give you a couple minutes to put in questions while another motorcycle goes by. Before it starts raining here at the beach. Oh my God, we're going to have rain for 2 solid days. Not quite sure what to do about that. I'll answer final questions as we wrap up here. Marie, I recommend astro.com. If you go to astro.com and pull down free horoscopes and then mouse over to the right side of the screen and choose, which I know is backwards from the way I'm doing it here visually. I'm doing my screen. You go to natal charts. It's a free horoscope. Put your birth information in there. If you don't have your birth time, there's only so much that it can give you. But birth time, birthplace, if you've got all that, you will then have all the information I need. I had a client who booked a session with me recently, and she wanted me to do her chart. So she booked a chart session rather than a actor coaching session. And she had me do her chart. And I went, I started I've worked with her for years. And I started the session with, thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to now understand everything about you that didn't quite make sense to me from a branding perspective, or from how to get an agent perspective, or how to submit yourself to casting, like all the things that we were bumping up against in her practical acting career and the advice that I was giving there. It's like achievement unlocked. As soon as I saw her chart, I was like, now I know how to do this. Now I know how to tell you to do things in a completely different way than we were considering off your actor brand, because your actor brand belies what's actually going on. And as soon as we then merged the Astro stuff with her actor brand, it's like everything shifted. And I was just like, oh my God, it's magical. So like, I'm now kind of wanting to do everybody's chart before they meet with me at all, just so I like, this is an alarm telling me to be done with this broadcast so that I can go meet with my team. So let me, real quick, last questions. Sade says, any advice for Pisces working with Capricorn spouse in business? So Pisces and Capricorn can get along pretty well because, Pisces is going to be easygoing in general. The problem is Pisces is not going to be very grounded, not going to be very rooted in reality. And the Capricorn, being both an earth sign and a cardinal sign, is all about what is true, what is real. So Pisces is all about fantasy and Capricorn is all about reality. So they're pretty far apart from one another in terms of worldview. And so one of your jobs is to find places where you can lean into one another's superpower. Like the Capricorn superpower is to give a reality check to the Pisces. And the Pisces superpower is to teach the Capricorn how to invite in a dream and feel safe letting fantasy become a part of the life. I would say that's my best advice for that partnership. Lelia, I need to step into the leader as an adult, though. Been avoiding it a little, I think. Yep, Lelia, with that being I think you said it was your rising or your moon. When it's not your sun, it's either rising or moon. It is one of those things that you can't help but be in those leadership positions. And so it's time to stop fighting it. You're welcome, Marie. Carrie, cloudy out there. I know. Did they plow out the runoff areas in the beach? Yeah, Carrie, they said, I think that we're going to have like a ½ inch here at the beach within less than 24 hours, that's a lot, especially for a place where it never rains. And so I know, and there are people who are like watching this in places where it's actually winter going, shut up, you're in a tank top with the window open at the beach. Fuck you. I'm not sorry. All right. Let's see. Found out Scorpio sun with Gemini moon. Okay, good. Go do reading on that. Like do some reading on that, Annabelle. Absolutely. Learn what you can about it. If I want to do both a chart with you and coaching, do you recommend doing the chart first? Lelia, if you want to do the Astro branding session with me, that's a ½ hour where we do the Astro as it relates to your actor brand. And then within that, we can set some goals for then future coaching where we could use the advantage of the Astro to go deeper on all the actor stuff. How's that? Okie doke. All right. Jennifer, Virgo sun, moon, Virgo sun and moon. You like hard work. You like to put in the work. You like to roll up your sleeves and get shit done. That's pretty awesome, except the Virgo is hypercritical and most critical on themselves. So I don't know what your rising is, but hopefully your rising is something that can ease that Virgo so that you don't always attack yourself so much, because the Virgo can be hypercritical because Virgo wants to get shit done. Virgo wants to do the work. So Virgo will notice what needs to be done. And so it's just a nature of a sign that it's going to see what needs to be done and then want to do the work. The problem is if you're constantly looking at yourself for what needs to change, it's not a very self-loving kind of place. Yep. Everybody be careful. How can we schedule Astro plus acting career sessions with you? Annabelle, there is a link in the Facebook version of this replay, of this broadcast, that is to the actor branding with the astrologer's daughter session. You can just buy a session there and you put in your birth information and then I do your chart for you. I mean, you can do it too, but I will bring that to our session. And then the chart, the session with me is recorded. We meet on Zoom like this and it's recorded so that you don't have to worry about taking a ton of notes. You can have it back to replay and revisit. You download the recording within 30 days of the session happening, because then it leaves the cloud. But we can get you on the schedule right away. I have sessions available in December. So just pop right over to that link that's in the Facebook version of the replay, since you are watching on YouTube. And if you're like, I don't know where to find this on Facebook, no worries. Hit reply on any Bond Blast, or shoot me a tweet. I'm at Bonnie Gillespie on Twitter, and we'll get you the link that way. Okay, thank you for checking it out. All right, you beautiful people. I'm so glad that you enjoyed the woo. I enjoyed the woo. I always have so much fun with this. I'm especially glad that y'all are enjoying celebrating with me, bringing more of this into the actor brand work and the showbiz storyteller work. Because, why not use every advantage we have? Like, I know I'm not going to get shit done under a Pisces moon that relates to, my husband saying, you owe me emails for that campaign so that it can go out to all the people on the mailing list. I'm like, oh, we just went into a Pisces moon. I'll have it for you in a couple of days because I know it's not going to happen under the Pisces moon. And it lets me off the hook for how I used to beat myself up for not getting shit done, because I would go, what's wrong with me? Why can't I get this done? I know this needs to be done. Now that I look at the moon before anything else, I'm like, girl, you're not going to get this done under Pisces moon. Go take a bath. Go take a bath. Yay! All right, you beautiful people. This was a blast. I'll see you next week for some goal setting. So make sure you put it on your calendar now. Join me here at Facebook, Periscope, Twitter, YouTube, live stream, going live at noon Pacific on Tuesday, the 26th of November. That will be our last weekly live stream of 2019 because in December I'm going to be doing a bunch of webinars and live streams and pop-ups about our Getting Gear for the Next Year reopening after a whole bunch of overhauling the membership and making changes and upgrades. And I'm so freaking excited to bring you all the goodness. So join me next week and we'll do some goal setting. It will be a lot of fun. If you're not on the mailing list, make sure you jump on there, BonnieGillespie.com. We'll get you all signed up for all the things. And thank you so much. Till next time, stay ninja. Enjoy the woo, y'all.